Hey, welcome to the Full 42. We are talking about our top five. Well, my top five. Your five. Don't shake your heads at me. I
It's in
had
the
it in my
corner.
head. I
It's
had it in my
in.
head of what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw you shaking your head and it threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be good. It was going to be
I'm
fine.
I'm sure it was going to be the best intro you've ever done.
We're talking about top five most cozy games. You're not making this cozy.
I'm very cozy. I'm super cozy. This is great.
Yeah, I expected you to have like a blanket around and a little cup of Joe or something, you know.
Nah.
Yeah. I mean,
Nah.
it's like 98 degrees here in Texas, so I'm not going to do that myself. But
Well, you live in air conditioning, so you might.
yeah, well, the air conditioner has to fight that though. So
That's true. That's true.
it's not cold in here enough for a blanket. At night, it kind of does, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Oh,
Dave.
thanks a lot, Dave. Yeah, we're doing the Let's Chat series, so some of those have come out already, and we just released one with Matt Paquette.
Yeah, that was super fun conversation.
Yeah, we this is the day before both of us travel to Gen Con, so we're going to see a lot of you once we
Yeah.
get out there. I will be in the exhibit hall. We'll probably cover this and stuff, but if you see me teaching a game, either wait or come back because I'm not going to break that teach, and it's a long teach, and I don't want to break my concentration. I might wave to you or something like that in the midst of it, but come back and say hi to me whenever I'm like not teaching at that point. But yeah.
And I will ask you if you see Chris to break his concentration, please.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That would be mean to the people who are learning the game.
I don't know.
Hey, Nix.
Hey, next.
So we decided to take it easy tonight and talking about games where you could take it easy, cozy games.
Yeah, I'm curious what your definition of a cozy game is. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll get into that because I bet you some of my games that I would consider cozy would not be on other people's cozy lists.
Okay.
That doesn't. I mean, cozy is subjective, right? So, but it would be cozy to me. So,
Okay.
I played one this weekend actually.
Yeah, I'm curious what you have on your list. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, and I know that you play a lot of different kinds of games and stuff too. So you probably have a bigger list to pull from than I do for this. So we'll see.
It depends, right? It depends on what you think a cozy game is. I don't know. We'll get into it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see how you're wrong.
Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that.
So we're gonna do announcements. We're gonna do a Luca painting, and then we'll get into our list. So, all right, let's do announcements. Obviously, I already talked about Gen Con.
You did.
We're gonna be at Gen Con. Your booth is 600 something.
Good memory. 639. Well done.
639. Yeah. Well, I remember I said 313, and you were like, "Nope, double it" or something like that, right?
Yeah, you're almost half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Evan.
Evan.
Yeah, 639. We're right over by Arcane Wonders, so I'm going to be bothering Ryan Bruns most of the weekend, which will be great. Yeah, so that'll be good. We got the event on Friday. If there's still tickets, last I checked, there were still tickets to that. There are some of our events for our upcoming games that are sold out, depending on what time you're looking for, but there are still tickets for all three of them at different times throughout the weekend. So if you want to play Relative Space, which I posted, I don't know if you saw, but I posted Eric Martin from BGG commented, I forgot what he was talking about or how many he had, but he commented on Relative Space being one of the games that piqued his interest from the BGG preview list.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a cool little thing there. So Relative Space is there, which is super fun. And the designers are going to be there, so you might run into them while you're playing. Andrew Styles' Digging for Dinos is there. A lot of those sold out, but there's still more. Some of you have already seen it and played it in an earlier prototype. And then Cattywampus from Tony, we were talking about last week. That one's the majority of those have sold out, but there's still a couple slots open for some seats. That's just going to be a blast.
You're talking about tickets, not actual games, right?
Tickets for the events. We're doing in the demo hall. I don't know if it's called demo hall, but wherever the demos are being done, um, those three are rotation. They're in rotation every day, and then Friday is the play and paint where you painting your canvas, and then playing a whole bunch of stuff and meeting the designers and that whole hoopla. So, yeah, it should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Demolition statement. I don't know. Um, yeah.
Oh,
So
nice. He highlighted 20, and relative
yeah.
space was one of them. That's cool.
So you're gonna have those. Are you gonna have those at the demo at the booth as well? Right. Do you
Yeah.
have
Yep.
what do you have to sell at the booth?
Same stuff. Charcuterie with the. I think we still have some of the honey expansion. If you didn't get that last year, Stuff of Legend, Mission Control, Charmed and Dangerous. I'm sure we have copies of Bacon, um, and then all the demo stuff. Some stuff that we haven't listed that I'll have. So if you see me, if you're there and you see me, I might have some stuff on the side that you can take a look at. But
Like a secret little place you could take people to show them the cool stuff.
not secret place. It'll be out in the open, but
Oh.
no one else knows it's there. So if you just mention that you heard it on the show, then I'll show you some stuff in the pipeline, other stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah. So ask Mike to show you his secret pipeline.
If you do that, do that.
Get it on video, please. I want to put it on here.
Yeah, do that. Do exactly what Chris said, please.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the exhibit hall. I don't know what that is. D? Is that D?
I think it's B, C, D, one of those.
It's the one next to everything and has all the tables. Just look for a
Right.
bald head. I'm probably
Yeah,
the only white bald guy there, right?
yeah, I'm sure the only guy that looks like the co-singer of Aqua for sure. If you walk away from the exhibit hall up that one hallway, there's a giant escalator on your right, and then at the end of the hallway there's a giant escalator. But to the left of the first escalator you hit is the hall B, C, D, something like that. I think that's where all the demos are.
Besides anything 3WS, you and I went through 2 episodes, one on BGR and a board game rundown, and one of ourselves of the whole list of it. Is there anything that jumped out to you that made you go like, "Oh, I got to go check that out"?
Yeah, so I put a Google sheet together.
Of course, you did.
Of the booths, what game I was interested in, and the cost if it was listed, and it's $1,300 worth of stuff.
Oh my god!
Right. So
More than the triplet costs.
there's 54. I'm sorry, 64 games on that list. So some of them are demo. Most of them are not.
One.
What?
If you could only get one? Let's say you had
One?
to take a plane home, and you only have room in your bag for one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think based on our conversation with the chat on last Wednesday show with the rundown folks, I forget who I was. It wasn't. I forget. Carlos maybe mentioned it, but that Spooktacular
Oh yeah,
from Level 99.
yeah.
That's at booth 613. I think that one really piqued my interest. However, if The Hobbit There and Back Again is for sale, that one's coming home with me.
The Roll and Write?
Yeah, that was fantastic, and I want to play more of it.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yep. And I know Chad from 25th Century, his booth. I know I'm coming home with the Neko Syndicate, because that game, just the way that funnels out, I'm dying to play it.
The Cat Syndicate.
The Cat Syndicate. That one's definitely coming back. I'm just scrolling through the list.
Which one was the Spirits of the Wild?
Which one was what?
Which one was Spirits of the Wild?
Spirits of the Wild.
Yeah. Look at the text right here.
I'm on my list. Sorry, hold on.
I don't remember that. And I don't know compile maintain. We looked at all these, and then I did. They did add a bunch of games after our show. Of course, they did.
They're up to 613. I think when we did it with Board Game Rundown, there was 570, 580, and now there are 500, almost 600. Now there's 613. Hey, Steven. Spirits of the Wild 2-player game is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. I didn't know they were doing an expansion.
Hmm.
That's cool if they are. Where is that? That's not Mattel's booth. Mattel doesn't have a booth.
No,
Where's
but
Spirit
they're
of the Wild?
probably at some booth somewhere.
I
People
definitely
share
have to.
booths and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need. I definitely need that.
I'm actually surprised Mattel's not at Gen Con with a booth.
Yeah. Oh, it's a reprint of that game. It's not an expansion for the game. Oh, they do have a booth. All right. Well, I need that Spirit of the Wild. It's a hard game to find. It's a 2-player only. It's really well done, very well produced. It's got an interesting back and forth the way the card play works. It's a really great game. I didn't know they were redoing it. That's good. That's getting a reprint, and Celestia is getting a reprint, which is fantastic. Those are 2 excellent games that are coming back from the vaults, so to speak. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, Compile, like I said, it's that kind of like a lane battler that really blew up. So they have that coming out. That's going to be really good. I mean,
Well, we don't have to go through the whole list, but yeah.
Yeah, I think those are probably the ones that stand. Just looking through it, the one I want to get for Luca, the hell's it called? Sweet Victory. It's from Think Fun, the Ravensburger Think Fun group.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that looks like that app where you have the test tubes and the color marbles in it, and you got to move one at a time to get them all to be the same color in the test tubes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one's got 4 racks of dice, and you flip over a card, and it's having you do the same thing one at a time, but satisfy it. Kind of like Dr. Eureka. If you ever play Dr. Eureka, where you got to mix the test tubes, fantastic game for kids and adults. But this one, the Sweet Victory, looks like it's got that kind of element, but you're moving one die at a time on the 4 posts, trying to get it to match whatever the public objective is. At least that's what it looks like to me. So,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that one. For them, not for me. For them.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, there's a ton. We went through the list. I have my list of. Holy crap! So we'll see. Meltwater looks cool too. The one with the glacier and the skull underneath the water. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, I mean the cover looks cool. I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah, it looked neat. It's from Capstone, and it's a $35 hit. It's not their normal like $60 heavy, so it should be interesting.
Okay. The cover looks like it's a heavy game, but $35 doesn't sound heavy. Yeah.
It does not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to see more about that stuff, go watch those past episodes. Yeah, I know. When are you going to have time to get all this stuff?
Hell yeah, that would be awesome. Not only for the help, but just to hang out and see it. That would be great.
Yeah, we went through the whole list and stuff. I saw a lot of stuff that looked interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to see it in front of me usually to be like excited about it kind of thing. But I'm kind of like trying to dampen my excitement because I am on a plane and I know I'm coming home with a prototype in my bag. So I need to make room for that. So anything else, it's gotta have to be real small or, something like that. So I'm just like, I'm going to shop around. I'm going to look around. I'm going to see what excites me and stuff. We'll see, next episode, we'll see what I ended up with. But
sure.
Yeah.
Which I guess is we're not going to do an episode next Monday.
Right. I'm traveling. I'll get here probably in the middle of whenever we were supposed to be doing it, but I'll be dead tired and all that stuff. So, yep.
And we had already mentioned about Helena being on the show next week, and we've cleared it with her. We're gonna pop over to the 11th. August 11th will be our next show with Helena from KTBG and Burnt Island, talking about our top 5 Spiel nominated games.
They could be winners too, right? It's not
sure. I mean, if you won, you were
still. Yeah, we're not. As far as I know, we're not going into because they have a recommended list too, right? But we're not dipping into that, are we?
I think so. I thought you said that.
They have a recommended list, and then they have a nominated list, and then they have winners list. And I thought we were doing nominated and winners. Are we also doing recommended?
I thought so. There's the 5 that they recommend, like the honorable mentions, and there's the 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even look at those, so I might have to redo my list because I have some great stuff. But yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I haven't done my list yet.
I mean, I think I know Helena might do that as her number one.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, that'll be a fun show.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So, do we have any other, announcements and stuff?
Not yet. Yeah, right? Like an overstuffed couch, just fall into it. How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, Drew.
See you in a couple days. Andrew will be there. We were talking about shows or games. Mentioned newbies. Yep.
Yeah, well, let's do a look-up painting then.
Let's do it. I cleared this one with him just a couple minutes ago. I gave him an option of 2, and I said, "Which one do you want me to show on the show tonight?" And this is the one he picked.
So, in case people haven't watched before,
good luck getting this one right. Yeah. So Luca is turning 4 already in November, and he's been doing this for 2 years. It's watercolor on canvas. Him and his brother are both doing it now. So now my canvas are growing exponentially. And every Monday he's been picking one now to show, and you guys got to figure out what it is. Kind of like Rorschach, not really, but kind of like a Rorschach test. What do you see in the image? And then if he were here, he would tell you were each wrong with every guess, and then tell you what exactly it is when you're done.
The eye is not in the beholder or whatever it is. It's whatever Luca says it is.
It's whatever Luca says, right? All right. Here we go. This is today's. This was done 21st. So fairly recently.
It's the 28th.
Right, so a week ago.
Oh, I thought you were saying he did it today. Okay, sorry.
No, he did this on the 21st, last Monday. And here it is.
Oh, that's fun. That's very birthday cakey. With all the colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know what I see. We'll let the comments say what they see, but I don't want to influence the comments, of course.
Sure. Makes sense.
Peacock cake. I already influenced, apparently, because I said birthday cake.
Well, maybe not. Evan might not have heard it when you said it. So.
Oh, maybe. There's a little bit of a... It's a heffalump.
Nice. Yep.
Everything's a dinosaur. A pink one. Flamingo pinata. Oh, that's good. Much better than a turkey that's exploded with candy. Pinata is a good one.
It does look like a turkey.
A red cat running through a field of flowers. Cat. Where's the cat? Oh, that must be its tail. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Brachiosaurus from Jenna. It's everything that doesn't fit in the escape pod.
From Relative Space. Good job.
Trogzor.
Like Trogdor?
But different.
But misspelled?
Dragon with felt flock around it. Alan.
Okay.
Ooh, pinata is good. Nice. Oh, I was reading it as if that was a... Yeah, he was saying pinata is good. My wrong answer. Flamingo peacock love child. Yeah. It's a painting. All right. Yeah, I saw the bird, the turkey kind of thing, only pink, right? And then I don't know, sitting flowers or candy flying around.
Okay.
Although, if go back to the cat thing, if you turn around and that thing on the left is its tail, it could look like a triceratops. I like triceratops.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Triceratops is my favorite dinosaur, so I'll go with that.
Okay.
Raspberry Barrett, sung in Prince voice. What?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, beret, right?
Oh my god.
I don't know Prince music very much.
That's a mistake. And
is that how you spell beret?
I don't think so, but you should have picked that up with context clues. Come on.
Well, I've never heard of that song.
I'm sure
I wouldn't have even known it was a song if he didn't say sung in Prince voice.
Oh my god.
I know like 2 Prince songs. I know of 2 Prince songs is the more honest way to say it.
Raspberry Beret should be one of them. Little Red Corvette's probably another one. Purple
I've heard that
Rain
one.
should be another one.
Which one?
Purple Rain.
Well, yeah. I've heard Purple Rain. Or something about crying like a dove or something.
Yeah, When Doves Cry. Close.
There you go. It's a gummy worm dinosaur, and above its head is tasting notes. Nice. It's all the pieces from Canvas Critters.
I like that one. That's a good one.
My wrong answer is the swan from. I didn't know we could put in wrong answers, but I do like it. The swan board from the Love Canal, or whatever that ride is called at Disney.
Oh,
the Love Canal.
The Love Canal is something totally.
Yeah,
different.
I don't think that's a ride at Disney.
No. No.
Barrett? Is that how you spell it? Swan boat. Gotcha. The swan boat. It's time to party like it. Oh yeah. I've heard the 1991.
Oh,
and the Kiss, right? The Kiss one. All I need
you've
is
heard more than two. Good job.
Yeah. Seems like it. Yeah. Comment grammar, please. Hey, you guys call me on stuff I say all the time, so
it's definitely not called the Love Canal.
I hope it is.
It's not.
I want it to be called the Love Canal.
Definitely not. All right, so I'm kind of with you with the turkey. That's what I saw, and I saw something that was definitely Thanksgiving related, like a platter or a tablecloth, right, with the turkey and then the fall colors. Maybe those are leaves around there.
Yep.
But we're all wrong because clearly it's just a colorful elephant.
A colorful elephant.
Oh, come on, focus. That's what he called it. Colorful elephant.
Huh. Okay. Well, if he's pink, I can see the trunk and the ears. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's like his head.
So I don't think he might have done this subconsciously, but the night before, I really love the movie Inside Up. I think it's great. Both of them are very well done, very poignant, very meaningful. And in the first one, the main character's imaginary friend is an elephant. And when it cries candy. And the elephant's name is Bing Bong. So I think maybe when he was going with the pink, he's a pink elephant and he cries candy. It could be. That's not what he said, though.
Eric did say Huffalump.
Huffalump, yeah, very close. Which is really funny because Bing Bong is a game that we signed from Alicia that we'll have at the Gen Con.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody go check out Bing Bong.
Yeah, see, everyone knows Bing Bong already.
Bing Bong.
Yep. So we'll have that there too. But I think it's I think it's funny. But it does remind me, like, with the different shaped candies and the elephant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that was me putting it together, but
that's fun.
Albert Dave. Yeah. So that's Lucas painting for this week.
We were close. We got close on that one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure this was, I think I made a mistake. I think I undercut it by one. I think this is number 127 that I've done on the show of his. His, and when Mika started coming in, there's been 127 paintings shown on our Monday shows over the past 2 years. Year and a half.
That's insane. And he's starting to get a little too representative. Like,
correct.
Like it's starting to look like what he's trying to make it look like. And now it's become the guessing game instead of the what do you see in your head, right?
Mm-hmm. So, Yep. But don't worry, because I'll have 700 of them from Mika soon. So.
Just give him a whole bunch of sugar before the next one.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. We'll watch it go crazy.
Yeah, no.
There'll be no white on that canvas.
That's a very bad idea.
I don't know what they're talking about in the comments.
Dave was screaming Bing Bong, and they're telling him to scream louder. I think Dave played it. Dave and Di, I think they played Bing Bong.
How do you play Bing Bong?
So it's really clever. Everybody's got their own board. It's a 4x4 grid of face down cards, but everyone's got the same 16 face down cards. On a turn, you flip over a card from a deck, and it either has a pink or a purple letter and the pink spells Bing, and the purple spells Bong. So you'll either have a purple B or a purple O or a pink I. Whatever card is flipped over, everyone then selects a card in that row or column, depending on what was flipped over, and either activates a card that's face up or flips a card that's face down, face up. And then those cards have arrows on them, and you have to perform that action. So if you flip over a card and it's got a right arrow or a left arrow, you're going to swap that card with either the card to the right or the card to the left. If it's got an up arrow or a down arrow, you do the same thing. And the first person to spell either Bing or Bong wins.
Oh, nice. That
Very
sounds
clever.
fun.
Very quick, very easy. I mean, that's under a minute each of play.
And you have to yell Bing Bong when you win?
And you have to yell Bing Bong when you get it.
That's great. By the way, apparently Evan Googled Love Canal. I don't know what he found there, but...
Oh, that's not a good idea.
No, he has the answer. It was Love Tunnel of Love. I almost said Love Tunnel, which is pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Love Canal, Tunnel of Love. It's kind of just adjacent of the same thing, really.
I heard all the words. There's 16 cards put in front of you. You flip it over. There's arrows. You move it to the side. You're trying to spell Bing Bong.
All right. Yeah, that's about it. Good job.
Hey. Way more than 2 words. I was laughing at the Tunnel of Love thing.
You're getting better.
Yeah. All right. Should we dive into our dive into our whole cozy thing here? We're going to do top 5 cozy games, and we need to talk about what that means.
Correct.
So, what's cozy mean to you?
Are we
comments?
Are we defining it before we get to our number 5?
What do you mean? We started.
You got the fancy new transitions there. I just want to make sure you don't forget about them.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to put those in it.
I don't know. You forget what the title of our show is called, and it's right there on the screen. So I'm just making sure.
We have a lot of shows, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
We got 3 shows going right now.
It is true. We do.
None of you have seen the 3rd one yet, but we've been recording them.
Right.
We've got 7 episodes now. Once we have the 10th one out, we're going to start our podcast. You'll be able to listen to us chat for a lot of stupid stuff. So
a lot of stuff. All right, so I wrote down what I put down for cozy. And immediately there's an exception because of my first rule, but I put 20 to 30 minutes. I put not too complicated, not too competitive.
Okay.
And an easy rule set. So something that's not a lot of wrapping your heads around icons and wrapping your heads around like deck building or anything that's going to take longer to get something going. So it's an easy rule set. Maybe it takes you a minute or 2 to teach. Shouldn't be that complicated. Because you want to think, at least for me, you want to think and you want to be rewarded for the thinking. But you don't want to, like, a cozy game should not be a brain burner. It shouldn't be like, you shouldn't not necessarily regret your decisions. You should be able to play the way you want to play. Obviously, there doesn't need to be a competitive nature. It doesn't have to be competitive, but it also doesn't need to be co-op for it to be cozy. But then there's a line, and I'm curious if the game's going to be on your list for my example, but there's a line where it could, that nastiness of a game would turn it from cozy. So not necessarily tremendous hate drafting, or ways that you can just be a prick while you're playing. That's what I put.
Interesting. I think most of mine will break those rules.
Great.
But I mean, we kind of started that cozy is extremely subjective, right? What's cozy for you isn't exactly cozy for me. I want to see Evan put out a game of low levels and negative player interaction, a feeling of abundance. Oh, that's an interesting one. An ability to perform actions desired. So you're not being blocked by stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That kind of speaks to my idea was low frustration, but also kind of low, not low, but just kind of like an even chill as far as your feeling goes throughout the game. Like if you're rolling dice, going, oh, crazy, and you're happy and stuff, that's beyond, you're outside of the realm of cozy for me. Like
Interesting. Okay.
I think you should be able to play the game holding a hot cup of coffee or tea. And if anything happens to make you go ooh and spill it, then you're out of the cozy zone.
So should it be able to be played with one hand?
I don't know if that's important. I mean, to some people, I guess I don't have any dexterity games.
No,
Actually,
neither do I. You mentioned holding the cup of tea and not jumping, but
I didn't mean that as an actual definition, just as an
gotcha.
example of like, if you
Okay.
get too excited, you're outside the cozy zone. If you get too upset, frustrated, you're outside the cozy zone.
Okay. Okay.
Cozy is kind of like, yeah, you care if you win, but it's no big deal if you don't kind of feel
All
kind
right.
of game, just in the
Okay.
zone a bit. Um, I think low interaction, one way or the other, good or bad, is probably cozy. At least
Okay.
in my idea. Yeah.
Well, I like Evan's low negative interaction. Like
Yeah, I
that's
mean, I
like
definitely see the low
okay.
negative interaction, but the thing is if there's a lot of positive interaction, I'm having to deal with you a lot.
And now we wonder why Chris doesn't have friends.
Yeah, right. No, I just mean like I have to worry about what you're doing. Like if it's a cooperative game and you and I are doing stuff, and oh, what are you doing over there? And so that's too much concern with cozy. I just want to lay back and sip my tea or coffee and just like look at my stuff. You could do your thing, cool. Oh, it's my turn. Okay, I do my thing. Cool. You go. You very chill.
So
Chill.
multiplayer solitaire.
I mean, a lot of those fit. Yeah, pretty
Mm.
well. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, anyway, this is all subjective, right?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Tea challenge, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We should definitely do that. Like Bing Bong, so we could scream it on the show.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cuteness required. That's another thing that I thought most people would have on the list. And mine isn't. I wouldn't never really. I mean, I wouldn't put like Inferno or something like that on a cozy, right? Like
Right.
any imagery that upsets or kind of like cringy or anything like that. Now, but I didn't necessarily go for cuteness either.
Right.
I don't think I really have any cuteness in my picks.
Hmm.
Like I
Cuteness.
have pleasant,
We'll get
I have
into it.
pleasant art, but not cuteness.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Not that
Okay.
that can't be part of it. It's just from mine. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have some questions, but we'll see.
And this one, not super rules heavy. So some of mine have, I don't know. I mean, they're not Lacerda games and stuff, but it might take like, maybe like 5 minutes to teach instead of a minute or something like that. Some of them.
Yeah, I mean, for a cozy game, for me, it has to be under 5 minutes. I think that would be the cutoff. If I'm in it for more than 5 minutes, and this is supposed to be a nice, light, kind of cozy, like come over and play something real quick kind of thing, then if it's more than that, if there's more rule, if the rule set takes you more than 5 minutes to learn, even with questions and whatever, then I think it would be outside the cozy realm.
I mean, I didn't really think about the teaching, right? I thought of something, I already know the game. How do I feel about playing it kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that just didn't come into mind. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see if you want a cozy game and you want a new cozy game, it needs to be taught real quick and easily, and you can get into it easy.
Right.
I get that. I just wasn't thinking of it that way.
Okay. Oh yeah, BubbleNet.
BubbleNet. I don't know what BubbleNet is.
I don't even know who you are sometimes.
What is BubbleNet?
You remember BubbleNet? We did the promo for Kat when she had us do the whole thing and then cut it off.
Oh, BubbleNet. Yes, of
Jesus.
course. Well, we did the thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
Oh yeah, it's you're literally pushing bubbles out like the little glass beads.
Wait, I did play that.
I know you did.
Okay. Yes. I totally played that. It was a great game.
Yeah, I would agree that it fits into cozy for sure.
I would agree that it fits into your definition of cozy. For me, I was like concentrating so hard on, ooh, if I do this and this and this, like I was puzzling it, and I didn't put heavy puzzle stuff in my games. And I love heavy. I like puzzles stuff and all, but if I feel like I'm thinking too hard about it, like puzzling it out and stuff, I didn't put it in that cozy.
Okay. You're going to like one of mine for sure.
You know what? If I teach a game, I remember it very well. But if I'm taught a game, I can forget that play real easy unless I'm reminded of what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
When he did this, like when you said the bubbles and you did this, the picture of what it looked like popped in my head, and then all the memories flooded in. I'm very visual.
Really interesting, because I think it was our last podcast conversation was about learning.
Yeah.
And if you're a visual learner, and you are a visual learner.
Yeah. That's how I found that out in college when I was taking art history, right? Our art history class, I'm going to diverge just a little bit. Our art history class was known throughout the college as being the worst class to take, because it would be something like we'd learn all these different paintings and all this stuff, and the quizzes would show like a toe from that painting and say, whose toe is this? Who painted this? What is it called? Where is it now?
Nope.
What year was it done? All that stuff just off a toe. And I was failing this class so miserably until one day I just started drawing the paintings. And I would draw the paintings, looking at the paintings, and then I would sneak all that information into the paintings. And then I remembered everything, and I recognized every single little bit he ever showed me because I drew it. So that's how I realized I was a visual learner.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Just draw the toes. It wasn't all just toes. The guy wasn't a freak about toes. That's just an example. Otherwise, it'd be a lot easier of a class. Just
sure.
Like, that'd be hilarious, though. Oh, that's awesome! I've never heard anybody else do that. Cool. Okay, so total diversion there.
All right. We learned something new about you.
Nope, you're not. You're supposed to be wearing a hat, apparently.
Sorry.
And I never wear a hat. I should have worn a hat today to switch it up.
That would have been funny.
It's too hot for a hat. Once you have a bald head, wearing a hat is like so hot. You're not used to it. Okay, so we'll jump to. Oh, who's going first?
I lost track. I don't know if it's your turn or my turn. I can go first. I'm fine with it. Out there was transition.
Yeah,
and I don't hear it. Well, because I'm using my phone, so I don't hear it, which sucks. All right, so I'm gonna. This is gonna break your. I didn't put it on there because it's a puzzle thing, and you got to think about it. But I'm gonna put Trails of Tucana as my number 5.
Oh, I should have guessed that you were gonna put that on there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a great game. It's super easy to learn. You're up and playing it really quickly. The objective, it's a flip and right. Every turn you're going to flip over 2 cards. It's going to give you a terrain type, and then your objective is to draw a line between the center of 2 adjacent matching hexes of that terrain type. And music. Yeah, there's music. And they're different, every one. So yeah, everybody's playing the same map. And there's all the different terrain types in the map, and then on the map are the relics that you're trying to get back to. Hey, how you doing? You're trying to get the relics back to the villages. Everyone has an asymmetric starting village, so whoever player 1 starts with the A village as number 1. And going around clockwise, the A village would be number 2 for the second player. The A village is number 3 for the third player. And then on your turn, you match like right there. You got the plains, the desert area, and the mountains. You're just drawing a line between an adjacent desert and mountain. And then you're trying to get those things, those relics, back to your village. It's not stressful. It's super great. Yeah. The thing is the way that you can play a short game or a long game, depending on how you feel. If you're playing a short game, you're only going to go through the deck twice. And that little orange area in the upper right of that dry erase, the roll and write your map, whatever you get early, you start circling, like there's the Tucana or the Toucan, there's a jacked up Yeti, there's a river dragon. when you get one to a village, you'll circle it and it's giving you points. Then when you're done with round one, you'll add up all those orange points that you got for round one's score. So the earlier you get them back to a village, the more points you're going to get. So it incentivizes getting them to villages early. Then there's the bonuses of getting village to village, matching village to village, D to D, B to B, to get points there as well. But you're up and playing this game super quick. Every time I've taught it, it's been a hit. It's thinky because you're trying to get the things to the villages and you're trying to figure out where the lines are going, but the lines don't have to be adjacent to a line that's already there. It doesn't have to come off anything. You're putting them anywhere you want on the map with the ultimate goal of getting those relics back to the villages to score points. It's super, super easy.
Yeah, we just went over like our thoughts of definitions of cozies and stuff, but it's totally subjective. So, for instance, some people are saying this is too stressful. I don't think it's stressful. I think it's puzzling. I think you're trying to figure out stuff, which breaks my thing. Like I wouldn't put a roll and write on it because you're trying to figure out too much, thinking about stuff. You're rolling for things, hoping it comes up, and it doesn't come. That kind of stuff. That feels a little heightened emotional for me and what I'm looking for. Okay. But I would have guessed this was on your cozy list because I know you love this game.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's quick. I mean, it plays quick. You play even the 3-round game doesn't take too long. It doesn't overstay. You're playing through the deck twice. It can everybody will have a forever turn where they're trying to place that water to mountain, the perfect place for it. But it doesn't benefit that much because it's so random the way the deck comes out. You're just trying to get everything to kind of like vein out to the villages. I think it's cozy. I like it. Also, I played this game so friggin' much that I don't have to think about too much of it. Like I can stress out when I want the water to come up or a wild to come up so I can get the thing I need to get. And it is stressful when it doesn't flip in your favor, but I don't get too stressed about it because I enjoy it. I just want to play it more. So
yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. Like I said, I would have thought it was higher actually. Because how much you like this, but yeah.
I just wanted to get it out of the way because I know it kind of could dance a line for a lot. As being cozy because it is kind of, it is stress inducing at times. But Bailey, I put down are there 2 Baileys? Bailey's got both their things rocking. I put down that it's 20 to 30-ish minutes, that it's not too competitive, and that it's light on the rule set are my things. I'm not requiring it. Somebody said, does it have to have beige? I didn't put that it had to have cute critters. Just something that was light, not you're learning it in a minute or two, stuff like that.
I think my only definition was that you needed to pretty much keep at a pretty chill emotional level throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
you didn't try too hard, like just very chill. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, no, cool. I have. I'm going to cheat. I have 2 games.
For anyone that knows Dave and Dyer have had the honor of playing games with them, this is a true statement.
Yeah.
Regardless of it being about Trails of Tucana right now, that is just a true. They have opposite definitions. They like a game. Dave likes a game. Dye doesn't. Dye likes a game. Dave hates it. It's the way it works. There's a couple that the Venn diagram overlaps really well with them, and those games are good. All right. Sorry.
Usually any of our games, right? As far as we know.
Of course.
They both hate it? No. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm going to cheat starting off the bat.
Cool.
Because my number 5 isn't allowed technically on our rules because we don't talk about our stuff or stuff that we worked on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put my not official number 5 as charcuterie.
Oh, stop.
So, well, no. Most of the time when you aren't the person doing the split and choose, you could just chill, look at your cool little charcuterie board, and then you're basically like, yeah, I guess I'm going to take this one, and you start putting it and sitting there playing with that little puzzle. That is That's just the coolest chill moment where you're just like, oh, cool, I could put my little stuff here, and that's it. Like you don't have to dive deep into, oh man, if I do this, and it like you don't start panicking. Nobody, you look and go, oh, I want the cheese, and someone takes the cheese, and you're like, ah, well, I'll get another cheese. Like it's just cool and chill, and at the end of it, even if you don't win, you're like, ah, I still made a cool charcuterie board, and even better if you can have a charcuterie board while you play, how are you not chill and cozy at that point? Yeah. So, but we're not supposed to talk about our own games or ones that you worked on.
The only thing
or
with that, and I'll come back to it as an honorable mention, is the public objectives. Because the public objectives make you think, and it makes you feel like you're missing. If you don't get the thing because it didn't come out, you have to pay attention to the public objectives, and it does take a minute to go through those public objectives so people understand what's adjacent, what they have to be touching. Like there's definitely some stuff. Yeah.
Um,
But I agree with you. For the majority of it, you are sitting back. You are kind of chilling out. You're not restricted in where the things go because you can always move your pieces at any time. So yeah,
you're right about the public objectives being a thing to. Here's the thing: I don't win at this game, and the reason why is because I approach it in that very like whatever. Like I usually look at some of those and go, oh, I'm gonna go for that one, and the others are kind of like, oh, it's cool if I hit them, kind of thing. I don't try to hit all of them all at once. Like that seems stressful. So yeah.
Okay.
But that's my technically not number 5. So here is my number 5. Here's my other one, Maki Koro. So yeah, I you're gonna argue with all of mine, or give me the little I don't know, and most people will anyway. But again, I don't think a lot about this game. I think, oh, I want to get the cafe card and stuff like that, and then you get it, and then someone rolls it. Hey, it hits. Yeah, yeah. Like my emotional level does not change that much in this game. You don't have to think that hard, honestly. Now, again, I probably don't win that often. Right. And it looks like, I mean, there's a lot to it. There's longer rules. It breaks your how long does it play. It breaks your rule stuff, right? Even setup is longer than your playtime, I think.
Well, not the newer version. If you're playing OG Machi Koro and you have the cards out, I'll never play that way ever again. But if you're playing with the shuffle the deck and draw them out, and now you have 10 to select from, and it's not everyone available at all the time, different story.
I don't see. I wouldn't play this game if it did. I've played this game with people who it does stress out. Like they're like, man, the my thing's never rolling, and I get all that. I just don't care enough about it. Like I get some, oh, that's funny. It didn't hit again. That's interesting. You know, like it just doesn't, I don't have any, I don't have a goose in the game. That's not a thing.
No, definitely not. You don't have a horse. You don't have a horse in the race. That's fine.
Horse in the race. There you go. I'm just enjoying it because since it's a roll and see what happens thing, I don't have my hopes up.
Sure.
Yeah. See, we don't play with the evil stealing stuff too. So.
Well, no. You can't do that.
No, it's there. Nobody takes it.
Then you're not playing the game.
Yeah, you are. You just decide, like, I don't want to be the bad guy, so you don't take the stilly thing. And then the other people decide, I'm not going to be the bad guy either. We make it a cozy game.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to like my list. Sorry.
No, I don't. I immediately don't like your list.
It gets more cozy from here. Maybe.
I don't know if it's going to get cozier from here. It really, I mean, you don't have to think too much on your turn, which is great. But then if you're just sitting there and chucking a die and doing whatever cards, there's no choice. You have to pick the cards that benefit what you have. You have to have your numbers spread out so at least something's hitting every turn. Like Azul is worse than this, Pablo. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I kept the Zool off because
Ooh,
that for me it's a thing where I got to get that and they take it no that kind of feeling like for me that's why I took it off because
yeah.
I do not keep my calm on that one.
This one too, though, because you can, and if you get the cafe, and especially with the new rules, or the whatever the expansion that made it happen, where you
I
shuffle them
haven't played
out.
the rules.
If I pull a card and then the cafe goes and you can buy it, cool, you got a cafe. But then we replace the cafe and it's not a cafe, it's my turn, so I get something else, and then flip another cafe. If you get the cafes, you are going to win this game, if not 9.9 times out of 10. It's going to work because you're constantly getting money on other people's turns, along with a couple other need to have places. Those purple cards are brutal.
Yeah, I mean, Azul and Calico, I both thought were kind of mean, but it just comes down to my game group. We don't play it mean.
Sure, sure. Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'd agree with Eric on this one. They're just that does not make me feel cozy.
interesting.
Same with
Yeah,
I don't know if it's on your list, but Calico did not make mine because it looks cozy. It
nope,
looks super cozy. It
right.
is like draw a knife and cut your throat kind of game.
I don't know if it's that bad,
It's horrible.
but it's
It's
not
just like
cozy to me
Azul.
either. Yeah,
Oh, it's brutal. Yeah, sure.
interesting. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Sam.
Sam. So anyway, that's my number 6-5.
Okay.
All right, so we're
I mean, if you
gonna.
want, I could have started off the same way because I guess we could have talked about it initially with your charcuterie thing. Is I would put Flamecraft in this group of cozy games for sure, hundred
Yeah, I
percent.
wouldn't, and
I would.
I
Why?
wouldn't because I really dive into that strategy. I'm thinking about my next turn after this turn, and I stress out about how that person's where I need to go, and I'm gonna have to give them a thing. But what if they get there first, and I gotta get that enchantment before somebody else does? Someone else does the enchantment I wanted to do. I gotta rethink my life. All that stuff. That's way too much thinking for a cozy game for me.
Okay.
But it does hit the cute factor for a lot of people.
Yeah, Flamecraft. You're getting outvoted. Flamecraft is definitely cozy.
Yeah, I mean, it's in tons of people's cozy lists, but for me, cozy is my emotional state.
Sure.
So, which
Which
can't be defined by anybody else but me. So,
well,
I
we've
can't be
already
wrong.
defined it. Evan's been quoting you this whole time about your emotional state. I just don't care enough about it. My emotional level doesn't change that much. You just don't have emotion playing games. That's all.
On these on cozy
Right. Sure.
games. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
all right.
So my number. Where are we? We're doing number 4 now. We're snaking, right?
Correct.
All right. So my number 4 is this one. This one you can't argue with. This one's it's got a nice cozy theme, and it's not mean or anything like that. It's lanterns.
All right. Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's a
Yeah,
good pick.
yeah. Lanterns is nice and cozy, right? You just putting out color tiles, matching tiles, getting tokens, trying to get different patterns of stuff, right? Um, and even if somebody gets the pattern before you do, yeah, it's a point less or something, but no big deal, kind of thing. It's very easy.
And you're
Cozy.
giving cards to players. Every tile you place, you're
Yeah.
giving somebody a card. Yeah, that's a good pick. I'll give you that.
All right. Cool. That's probably going to be the only one you won't argue about. No,
We'll
no, no,
see.
no. There'll be another one you won't argue about.
I don't know. Yeah, Lanterns is a favorite of mine. I love it. I think it's very it's puzzly enough where you're trying to figure out how to drop a tile based on what you have. I think you have three, right? You have
Yeah.
three tiles in your hand. You're trying to figure out which one to drop that'll get you the cards in order to complete the pattern, like the four of a kind or the five different or whatever it is. But what you're putting down, you're giving to the other players based on because the game's kind of played at a 45-degree angle. So what's play I guess not 45. You just got to be sitting even with the tiles.
90-degree angle, I
Right.
guess. Or
um,
0
what you
degree.
place down,
No,
you give out to everybody. So if you place the tile and it's got red facing you, red facing across the table, white to the right, and green to the left, everybody gets that color card. You get paid out first. And then there's that matchy thing. If you can get the same color to match, you get a bonus. And there's some puzzling nature to it, but it's very friendly until it's like, well, I can't give you the red because that's going to give you the 5 of a kind you need to get the thing. So I got to play something else. But other than that, it's not very. It's not
yeah,
easy.
the only place where it doesn't get friendly is where you can run out of a color.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's no more red to be taken, I can put the red facing you, and you just don't get a color. But
Right.
not getting a thing. Normally, you don't play that way on purpose, right? That's just. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lose my whole turn just to deny you a color. That'd be silly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not done on purpose. It's just kind of like, oh, sorry, it laid out that way. You don't get a color this turn. So it
True.
doesn't feel mean and awful, Plus, you're not looking forward. Like you're not going, oh, I hope they put down a red when you know the reds are out anyway. So it's not like it's gonna, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I got an acceptance from Die. That means
I
it's.
agree. I think Lanterns is a good one. It fits on this list.
Uh, I know I won't get acceptance on some of the other ones. So. Takedo, yeah, that can be. Because of the blocking is why I didn't put that. I did consider it, but the blocking, anything with blocking, I pretty much kind of stayed away from. I think.
I wrote the wrong thing.
All right. So what's your number 4?
That was a good pick.
Nice.
I am going to go to Art Society. I guess my definition of cozy, I mean, it's super quick to learn the way you're playing it. There's a couple main rules with the no color next to each other, no similar color next to each other kind of thing. But otherwise, there's art. You get to pick which art you want for the round. Then you take a paddle as if you're auctioning, and you're going to figure out if you want to go really early in the round or you don't really care and you play a high one, so you go late. You really want one of those things that's there because there is a little bit of set collection going on in what you're doing, but you're taking these pieces, these art pieces, which are all cute. They're all variations of something well known, and you're fitting it on your wall in your office or where your library, wherever it is, on your board, and you're trying to fill up your wall with these pieces. It's not a complicated game. It's really easy to get into, and it's cute. You're gonna get something every turn. You're probably gonna you usually have outs where you're going to put some stuff so it's not next to a similar color, like yellow next to yellow or red next to red. But yeah, it's a quick one to learn, and I enjoy it every time I play it.
I've never played this. I have no information other than what you just said about the puzzling it together kind of thing with the colors and stuff, right?
So that's what you're doing there, right? You get every turn you're gonna get a piece of art, and then you're gonna put it on your wall. There's an eye line. If you look in the center there, you see there's like a light blue part of the wall with 2 lines. That's your sight line or whatever. Those are worth more points. But your objective is to get matching frames next to each other, and then you get more points based on however many you're in that group when you place it. So all those gold framed ones, every time they put a new gold frame down, they're getting more and more points. But you can't have touching, or else they won't score for you. You can't have matching colors next to each other. So if you moved that blue in the center, the one that's going up and down, if you move that one into the open spot to the left, that would be touching another blue type of frame, whatever the theme is for that one, and you wouldn't score points on those. But that's really the only, they have to stay in. You can't move them around. You can't rotate them, and they have to stay on your wall. But other than that, the bidding is like you just want to play a low numbered card, so you go first in the turn to get what you want that's on offer, or you really don't care because you'll make something work and you just bid later. But it's really, I mean, I like it. I like that little puzzling nature of trying to get those things on your board, having the restriction of no colors next to each other, but also getting the same frames next to each other because it's fun.
I like the look of it and stuff. Yeah, it looks nice. I've seen the cover. I never really knew much about the game though.
It's also really like the cover, the box cover is dual layered, which is amazing. It's the first time I had seen that done. Like the pictures, the frames that are on the box cover. If you look at the cover, if you can find a picture of the cover,
Wait, the box cover is dual
the
layered?
box cover is dual layered.
This
Those
is.
th- those frames are cut out. They're dual layered.
Huh.
Right. Like the
Ooh,
inside, they were cut in the box cover, and then the inside has whatever they put on the inside to show the paintings.
that wasn't a
The
Kickstarter box or something like that?
No, because I bought a
Oh,
copy
yeah,
when it
look
was
at
on the
that.
Barnes and Noble thing. Yeah, it's crazy. And then the inside, I guess the new version of it has a better tray because every time you tilt it sideways, you fucked it. But the inside tray has like a velvet on it. Like it's really well done. But it's Mighty Boards, and it's one of the companies that I love. I love what they're putting out. Like they pay attention to detail. The games have been great. Um, so yeah, I think Art Society is. Yeah, they had it on whatever the hell
Huh.
game of the month or whatever with their percentage off at Barnes and Noble. It was my second copy because I wanted one for the library for the QSCon library.
I'd almost be afraid that the double layered board would kind of like mess up every time I put it into my shelves because I put it library style, right?
Right.
Up. I guess I would just make sure it's in a kind of like loose uh, uh, hole or
Yeah.
whatever in the shelf, not a tight one.
Right. No,
Interesting.
I mean it hasn't been a problem. I mean it could, but it hasn't been a problem.
Yeah, it was just something I would look for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like it. I mean, it's a puzzle, right? You're trying to fit the art into your wall, and whoever is last in the round. So if you bid last, like, whatever paddle you put up, you were last to go. You'll always have choice of two that's left, and you have a deck of those paddles. See that little round gold card in the upper right of that screen?
Yeah.
That's your paddle, and you have a deck of those cards that go 1 to 20. And depending on how many rounds, I forget what there are. Your bid, I think it's 1 to 20. On when the artist's out there, and you play in a 4-player game, and there's 5 pieces of art out there. You will take one of your paddles from your card deck and use it for your bidding for that round. And if you use a 20, you're going last, right? And then broken turn order if two people have the same number. But if there's something you really want, you drop a high one. But do you want to drop your one? Is somebody else going for something else? Can you get away with maybe a 5 or a 7? And then once you use that card, it's out of your deck. That
Hmm.
kind of idea of, do I want to go early? Do I want to go late? Does it really matter? That's probably the hardest thing in this game, because
Huh?
it's not something you do on a regular basis. The putting things next to each other with the the adjacency, making sure there aren't two reds next to each other or two blues, that's all something that's really easy to get your head around. I can't wait. I can't wait. I enjoy this one a lot.
Huh. I haven't heard much about it. Pretty cool.
Well, there you go. Now it's on your radar. So yeah, Art Society will be my number 4.
All right. Are we doing your number 3 now? Is that what we're doing?
We might as well.
All right. So
All right.
what's number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Rome. ROAM. Rome.
Interesting. I didn't think I'd see a Ryan Lockett game in there in this list.
This game is criminally underrated, I think.
I mean, everybody talks about it who knows it. Well,
I've been talking about it a lot lately because I even talked to Ryan about it. It was either PAX last year. It wasn't Origins this year. I think it was PAX last year. It could have been Gen Con. It takes place in his world, and the theme of it is the villagers have been lost. They're gone. They're missing. And there's been this spell over the land where they're just out roaming, and you have to try and find them. But on your turn, you're gonna those cards have a pattern on the bottom. That's a bonus thing. The cards have a pattern on the bottom. Cycle through some of these. Can you zoom in a little on that one? Yeah. All right. So look at the centerpiece. All right. So there's a 3x2 grid that represents the areas that we're going out searching for these people. And on the outside of that, the top and the bottom of what's there, is what the pattern of that card is. And on your turn, you have your adventurers. You're going to flip one of them over and place your colored discs, squares, wooden pieces, out in the map in that pattern. You're not allowed to rotate the pattern. You can't flip the pattern. It has to be exactly the way you're sitting. And you are sitting, the way you're sitting matters. So if you're playing a heads-up two-player game and the player is sitting on the bottom, the other player is sitting on the top there, right? What the pattern that you put out there, if it's an L, if it's a Z, whatever it is in your orientation out there on the world. Okay. If a card is filled up, and every card is also a 3x2, if a card is filled up, whoever has the majority on that card gets that card. And that card, you know what that pattern is on that card because it's represented there in that little map, the little banner on the bottom. If there's a tie, you get, there's a tiebreaker, whoever put the last, I think it was. If you're on the card, you get a coin. So you're always getting something for putting stuff out there. But then you're getting a new character into your adventuring party that has a new pattern. And then you can either, if you want to refresh early, you pay money to refresh all those face down ones, because if you really need the thing, you can get it back early. Or once all your guys are all face down, you just flip them all back up. Or if you're down to one. I forget if it's down to one or all done. But that's it. Like, you're just trying to get new cards, new adventurers into your party to help find the villagers that are roaming around under this curse. And then the patterns you get are the patterns you're putting out into the world. If you cover up a coin, you get a coin. But you can split cards. So there's nothing really there that would work. Maybe in the middle there. Oh, maybe not. Oh, let's say it was an L. The yellow on the left, the bottom left. See that the 3 that makes an L?
Yeah.
And then the other one in the middle card, there's that one extra L. If that was like a 3x1 L, you can cross cards. Does that make sense?
You mean if we could go across the different cards? Yeah.
The cards, yeah. You just can't flip or rotate the pattern that you're doing because it is in your orientation. And then on the right there, if you want to play with them, there are these relics that you can find, you buy, and you could use. That'll give you some sort of rule breaking. Place an extra thing. There's a couple extra things to it, but really, this game is it's another puzzle game where you're using a character to put out a pattern and trying to complete the cards to get that, to find that, because on the other side of all of those cards is a character that was roaming in that area that you've now rescued.
Cool.
I love this game. This game is fantastic.
Yeah, I have this on the need to learn shelf.
So I'm bringing it with me to Gen Con if we can play it.
I got the original Kickstarter version. It's been sitting there since.
I love it. I love this game.
Yeah, cool. I actually looked at the rules of it, I think 2 days ago, maybe. Just looking at it, so because you keep talking about it.
I just recently picked up another copy because mine's lost in the QSCon library somewhere. Yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, I'll play it and see if I chill.
I think you would chill on this one because you don't care about playing games.
I don't care about playing some games.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Okay, so here's another game I don't care about playing. No, I do enjoy these games. I do enjoy playing them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I win or lose because I'm enjoying it in a nice, even chill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my number 3 is we've danced around it quite a bit. We didn't say Calico because we're all thinking Cascadia.
Cascadia. It was the first one I wrote down, but I wasn't. I knew you were going to talk about it.
Yeah, Cascadia. I mean, I hate that the prototype is the first thing you see in those pictures. Mm-hmm. There is a little bit of, I hope they don't take that tile, but I try not to just look at them until it's my turn, because if you're playing with 4 people, you're not going to, they're all going to be gone anyway,
Yeah.
So, well, there's a vote for it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, unless it's like Cascadia, but I hope that's a normal Cascadia.
No, Dave's not yelling it. You're okay.
There's there is different scoring to keep in mind, like how bears score and fish and stuff like that, but it's not that complicated. I mean, normally the beginning of the game, before you start, everybody kind of just goes over how to score them, and then everybody go, oh, okay, I get it, and then you go about your business, right? Okay,
Mhm.
defining that. Um, yeah, and like we said, this was like this was the next game after Calico that kind of like it's same company, right?
Yeah.
Um, that basically felt like, oh, you don't like that Calico's too heavy puzzle and mean. Well, here's the version that's not, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, just build your own thing. Doesn't matter what other people are doing, kind of thing. It fits my definition. Very cozy, chill, drink your tea, pick your bits, score at the end.
So I think this game can settle into cozy, but
Hmm.
I there's another thing I want to add to my definition that I kind of feel has been uncovered in halfway through this list. If
Okay.
and this goes along with charcuterie and something that I'll mention later, but if there is something that people consistently refer back to, I feel like that breaks the cozy. Like, oh wait, how do those score again? Oh wait, what do you need to do for the Bears? Wait, the salmon have to be this way. If that, if all of these are like you get it or you don't, right? Trails of Tucana, we're gonna flip over things. You're gonna write it. You're gonna
Hmm.
draw a line, and that there's no other rules to remember, right? This is what we're doing the entire game. Art Society, you're gonna bid on a painting. You're gonna put it into your grid based on no color next to each other because they won't score, right? Like very simple rules where you're doing a thing and placing a thing. Whereas, same thing with charcuterie. If it's turn 3 or turn 4, and I'm like, wait, how did cheese score again? Oh wait, what do meat need to be? Like those kind of things. I think if you're constantly referring to something else, that would break a definition for me of what's cozy. Right? That it's on. Hold on, Bailey. It's on my list. So yeah, I think and Cascadia is a and I wrote it down immediately because
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, that's the game. Like you always have selection. If you have your pine cones, you can choose what you want. Like there's always a way to pivot. But I think the
Ah,
especially with the rule set, you're always looking back at, or at least I was looking at the moose and making
yeah.
sure they're in a row, or that kind of thing. I think would break cozy for me.
I I for whatever reason have a good memory of what they are because, like I said, I do cover them in the beginning of every game. I'm like, okay,
Right.
here's how bears work, and I cover them by like actually putting the bears on and being like, this works and this works, kind of thing.
Right.
So after I do that, because I've taught it, I don't have to refer to it again. So for me, it's cozy. But I do see people going, "How does this work again?" And I just answer them without even looking at it and stuff. So it's for me, I don't have that problem. But I could
Right.
see anybody else, especially if you're not the one that knows it or it's your first game or something, that
Sure.
could definitely be a thing. Yeah.
And Di, you have a point about the market. I just don't pay attention to the market because I don't think it's something in the game that needs to for Art Society. I don't think it's something in the game that you can control, but you really can't. And unless everybody's on the same page, or they're making sure what you're going to score points on isn't advancing, which can be mean. I don't pay attention to the market thing. I don't think it's that much of a I'd rather get my points from what I can control on my board on the wall, like that thing, than worry about the points from the market. I feel like that's
Hmm.
for me anyway.
Interesting. Referring back to a player aid doesn't feel anti cozy to you. Hmm. Yeah, lots of to me's at the
Yeah,
end of
sure,
these. It's
sure.
very subjective. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, all our top lists are subjectives, but as far as what fits into the definition of something, it's hard to argue against someone for cozy, right?
right. And I mean, Cascadia for one,
Yeah,
the intro level, it does make sense, right? Hawks want to be
yeah,
away from each other, Fox want to be like it does make sense for that base level of playing Cascadia. But when you start mixing and matching, or if you play it a lot and you think bears are doing one thing, but you're playing with the flip side of the bear card, then you're always looking back, unless it's inherent to you. Like you played this, you've taught this so much that you don't need the player aid or you don't need to refer back to it. Then sure, you're not thinking about it because you already know it. But is everybody having that same kind of experience, right? Or is everyone just you can just put the cards away then. You don't even need the scoring cards because you remember what they are. And if that's the case, then they shouldn't be out there, right? Then it's a cozy game. But
sure,
I don't
sure.
know. That's when you get into some of those other scoring cards and the Kickstarter ones, like they're a little bit more convoluted than just pairs of bears.
Well, you're going to argue about my next ones.
I'm gonna argue with everyone if I can. I'm sad you put lanterns in. I wanted to argue with all 5.
Oh, well, yep. Um, speaking of rules, I mean, we're all just making up rules.
They're just suggestions anyway.
Not cozy for him doesn't mean not
Sure.
cozy for me.
Yeah, for me, if I have
Or
to,
vice
if I break, if I'm constantly looking at, yeah, that's a good one too, Di.
All right, so that's my number 3, and I'm sticking to it.
Do it.
So we'll jump into the next one. Okay, so my number 2, as I said, is one you'll argue about. Well, maybe you won't argue about, but you've just tried it recently, so we'll see if you argue.
Don't say Istanbul. Oh, no way!
But the dice game,
Oh, yeah.
not the main one, the dice game.
Yeah.
The dice game is so much more chill, right? You don't have to worry about getting stuck somewhere. You don't have to worry about someone in your way and you have to pay them, all that stuff. Or someone's about to get the thing before me. If I, now in the dice game, you are trying to get gems before a certain number of gems before other people. But I mean, you're not in that much control. You roll dice and do what you can with it. So you can't think too far ahead. You can't think, okay, this turn I'm going to do this, but next turn I'm going to do this. You don't know what you're going to do because you can't know until the beginning of your turn. It works just as much as any roll or write or anything like that would, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I pick the dice one because of the fact that you can't plan ahead.
Right.
You can hope ahead. You can be like, I hope to get all this stuff. But if you don't, if you don't roll it, yeah, Dice Miner, I almost thought of Dice Miner instead of this one, except for the fact of doing the beer thing. Where you're like, here, you take a beer and you take a beer. Like, it feels like taking a beer is a good thing, but sometimes it's not. Because those could be on those black dice that do bad stuff to you and stuff. It's a little. It just had a little bit of meanness to it, so that's why I went with this one over Dice Miner. They do have very similar kind of vibes, I think. Rolling dice, trying to get stuff to go, Although they play differently, but yeah,
totally differently. And I'd agree with Bailey. I would put Dice Miner over this. I need to play this one again, but if this game is presenting you with the money track, the way to get money every upkeep, if you can get those cards, the tiles or whatever they are, that gives you money every turn, it seems like it's so unbelievably powerful.
Well, the way to beat that is to also get them yourself if the other person's doing it, and then you're both pulling from that at the same time and draining it to where you have to pivot to something else.
Right.
Only do that. And while you're doing that, someone else is like building up all the red ones or building up all the different colored ones, or or getting their gems from more powers and things like that. So this one does take more than a 60-second teach, but it's not more than 5-minute teach.
No, it's not. We were up and playing it pretty quickly. I don't think it's more than 5 minutes, and it is very intuitive once you understand how like the 4 corners work with the colors, and then you understand the money track, and when you uncover it, it's going to cost 1 more of that resource. Like it's pretty easy to get your head around for sure.
I assume solo games could be cozy, but I don't really play solo games, so I mean, but like I said, my definition almost feels like solo multiplayer, so I don't see why solo games couldn't be cozy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's cozy solo games. Well,
or even some of the ones we've listed might have solos in them,
The Sherlock Consulting Detectives, like that feels like you could be drinking tea under a blanket, reading part of the game while you're trying to figure out the puzzle, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, good pick on Istanbul Dice. That's a good game.
Yeah, I also like to point this one out when I can, because Istanbul is a well-known game, but I don't ever see anybody talking about the dice version. In some ways, I like the dice version more when I want to chill.
Right.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All solo games are cozy. Oh, I don't know about that. You haven't played solo Andromeda's Edge.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your number two?
My number two has been mentioned in the chat.
Hmm. Am I supposed to just? They said more than one or two.
I thought maybe you'd
Is
come
it
up
the
with something.
Anthemium?
No,
Anthem?
no. Hey, Mike. See you tomorrow, buddy. Silver and gold.
Oh, silver and gold. You
Yep.
went with silver and gold, even though you already had the toucan one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they're totally different, right?
I mean, they're different. They're not totally different, but they're
Of course
different.
they are. What?
You're right. One has a small box. One has a slightly bigger box. Yeah.
Well, no. Trails of Tucana, you're trying to get those relics back to the villages. There's way more mapping involved. This one, you have two cards in front of you that you're filling out a Tetris piece on. Like it's not. I would not put them. They're similar in that they're a flip and right. That's where it kind of ends. Yep, Phil Walker Harding makes phenomenal games. But yeah, this one, I mean, you're working on two maps. There's 8 polyominoes in cards. You're going to play 7 of them over 4 rounds. 7 of them each round for 4 rounds. When the card is flipped, you're going to draw like that. You're going to draw that L on one of your 2 maps. If you choose not to or it can't fit, you just do 1x. Like that's it. And then the 3 ways you're scoring the points for completed treasure maps. You're scoring points for all your coins. You're scoring points if you have a bonus on there. And then you're trying to get, maybe if you can complete a row of coins first, you get a trophy. But that's it. That they flip a polyomino card, draw it on your map. You can flip it, you can rotate it, you can do, it has to stay on your map. But this game is another one of those minute teach, and you're up and playing it.
Hmm. Yeah, I like I said whenever you did the toucan one, I just didn't put any like roll and write ones where you're like, I need this shape kind
Yeah,
of thing, you know,
yeah.
and then you don't get that shape. But yeah,
Yep.
that puts the stress on like wanting something to come out.
Sure, and it always happens that it comes down to the last 2 you need, and one of them is the square and one of them is the T, but you really need the square because the T won't fit, and sure enough, the T is the one that's gonna
Yeah,
get flipped over. But it's really, I mean, the most convoluted in this game is when you score your palm trees, you're looking at the 4 in the market for extra palm trees points. Like that's all it is.
sure.
But I love this one, and there's definitely a pattern, right? I like the puzzly thing where you can't really mess with what I'm doing. I want to be able to do my thing, but there's some puzzle aspect to it, like figuring out how to make the thing work on whatever's in front of me. That seems to be an overarching thing.
You missed silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
All right. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just surprised that both this and the Tucana one are in the same list.
I don't see them. I just don't see them as the same.
I mean, they're both like flipping rights, right?
Sure, but that's like saying Istanbul Dice and Dice Miner are the same. They're the same because they have dice. Like that's
It's not quite the same, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's subjective.
Sure.
You could be wrong.
You can also. I don't like you have control.
What's your number one?
Oh, we got to flip. Fuck, I forgot about that. All right. I can either go with that one. I think this one has to be the thing. It has to be.
Grand Austria Hotel is stressful as hell.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So again with the puzzle, this game, don't hate me for. It's hard to find. It's not an older one. I think it was 2020 from Renegade. Bailey mentioned it earlier. It's Athenium Mystic Library.
How do you spell this?
Athenium.
And Ian, what other Mystic Library?
There you go.
Oh, I've
So
seen that picture.
yeah, this one is another one I feel just wicked under the radar. Um, I don't. It's just. It's. I'm sorry. It's one of the harder ones to find, and I know I do this a lot. But you have this bookshelf, and you're trying to put in your bookshelf these books, and you're doing them in a pattern based on that public conveyor belt. There's
Oh, I've
four
played this game
cards. I know you did.
with
There's
you.
four. There's four cards in the on the public objectives, and on your turn, if you can make one of them happen, you have to have a wand as a resource, and you put it on that card because it's displayed in your bookcase that way. At the end of the turn, when everyone's done, that will the one all the way to the right will drop off, and a new one comes on, and that one you'll have for 4 turns to try and trigger, so you can plan ahead on how you're going to get your books in the right order. But on your turn, you have a hand of cards. You're going to play a card, and that card's going to give you 3 things. It's going to give you what the resources you get on the bottom of the card, and then the resource you're going to give to the player on your left and the player on your right. So every card you play is going to give you something, but also give the player on your left and the player on your right something. So
Mm-hmm.
you can think ahead of, well, I don't want to give you the book, or I don't want to give you the jewel, or I don't want to get whatever, but it's inevitable, and then you're going to pass your hand of cards. So you don't even have like that. You can't even think about what you want to use next because you're going to get a new set of cards. I think you have 6, and you're going to play the 6, and then you go another 6, and that's the game. So it's not long. There's a little bonus when you fill up part of your bookshelf. You basically kick a spider out because every nook has a spider in it, which gives you a bonus action or a bonus thing you can take. But the game, you have the bookshelves. You're trying to fill the bookshelves to hit the public objectives because you want a pink, a blue, and a purple next to each other, and that's what you do. Um, and that's it. Like, you're playing your cards, and again, it's got that you give, like lanterns. The card you play is going to give you something, but also give your neighbor something, and it's inevitable. So you're gonna give them something. It's just, what do you want to give them? It doesn't matter. Like, you just get what you want, and they're going to benefit from something, which may help them or may not.
Now, there are going to be some people who cannot feel cozy just because there's spiders in it. I'm not one of them, but
Sure,
I know someone is freaked out by the little spider tokens,
sure.
which I get. There are things that could do that to me too, but
Yeah, this
um,
this one, it's a quick one. It looks like it's got a lot more to it, and it really. Oh, I like the spiders in that one. That one. They are the spiders in this are super tiny and very dumb. They're just so small, little ovals. But um, it doesn't, like, you play round 1, you play round 2, and you're done. There isn't even like a long version of this game. You just play it. Yeah, whenever they have one of a copy left and it's out of print, it's always more expensive.
I
Um,
wouldn't pay 140 for it. But
no, it's not a $140 game.
no,
Mm. But it's I enjoy it. I really like this one. It doesn't it there's really, even if somebody does the thing on the conveyor belt that fills the pattern that you need and puts their wand down, it doesn't block you from it. You can also do it. You can do it next turn. The only reason they're putting it down is to show that they've already done it, because you can only do each one once. So you're not blocking anybody out of anything. You can kind of not give them the card that'll give them the book that they need, but
right.
it's so convoluted in what they're doing and the next card they're going to get. You focus on your bookshelves, you make them pretty. Every one of those spines of every one of those little cardboard books is some sort of pun from something else. It's really, the books alone are worth reading,
Hmm.
like the spines. But it's just, I feel like it's a really, and it's books, which is cozy for a lot of people, and it's got a little bit of that mystical Halloween kind of, like the candles and the spider webs. So it's around, it's a good Halloween-ish game to play, which is kind of getting colder weather. Well, for us that are not in Texas.
I
But
like
yeah,
that all the books are like kind of made like making spoof fun of
yeah,
other books and stuff like that.
they're so funny.
Yeah, I mean this checks off almost all of my stuff for it. The only thing for me is it's a little puzzly of which card to play and when, but that's really, it might have just been my first play. I felt like that. I bet you after a couple more plays, I'd be like chill with it. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah,
Agreed
every
with
one of
this.
mine, all of them are puzzles. They all have some puzzle aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are good. But there's almost solo puzzles, not solo. Like you can, there's a little bit of interaction, not much, but like Trails
Mhm.
of Tucana, you're filling out your map. Athenium, you're filling out your bookshelf. Silver and Gold, you're filling out your maps. Like it's all about what you have. Hey, Elena, we were
Hey,
talking about you earlier.
I'll get there.
Yeah, so I know it's harder to find, but I think kind of like Rome from Locket. I think this one kind of just came in under the radar. It could have been 2020 and what was going on and when it was released. I don't know if it had a Gen Con release, but I love Athenium. I think it's super chill.
You ever notice the closer to number one on our list goes, the more rare and harder to get the game is for you on your
Y-
list?
yeah. Well, because I also know that you're not going to talk about it because you don't know about it. So I feel better leaving those for the end. Like whenever I talk about Spellbound from the Lamont brothers, I know you're not going to talk about it. So I feel better leaving them for one
Fair.
or two, and in the beginning I'll play one that I think might be talked about. So
Yeah, hipster pick.
sure, whatever.
I'm gonna start calling it the hipster pick. Mike's hipster
I'm
pick.
I'm I'm far from it, but sure, I'll go with it.
All right. Well, then
Yeah.
we'll go to
So
my number
Athenium.
one that is not going to be cozy under any of your rules. It takes more than 5 minutes to teach. It doesn't take like 10 minutes to teach, but a little bit more than five.
Okay.
It's got a nice rule set to it. It's got all kinds of modules that you can add to it to increase it, which I don't because I like to play it as a cozy game. I just play it without the modules, but other people can. Um, Sometimes I throw one in there just to liven it up if I've been playing it a lot. I played it this weekend, had a very chill time with it. And yeah, it's Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, this is it's one of my favorite games. It's probably in my top 20, I imagine.
Hmm.
I haven't done my top 20 in a long time, so I would bet that it's in there though because it's such a just I you're running a little inn. I have a little
Hmm.
dog in the corner here. I have a cat playing around up there. Yeah, I might upgrade it to get rid of the dog and get a server instead, but still, it's just a nice, cozy little tavern I've got. People
Hmm.
come in. Let's see if I can serve them some beer and make some money off of it, upgrade and move on, right? And you're interacting with people a little bit, whereas they're giving you their dice that they didn't choose to pick from, but you don't hate drafts. You just draft what you want, and
Sure.
everybody kind of wants the same thing for the most part
Sure.
unless you've gotten cards that kind of make up for that,
Yeah.
which is what one of the things I like doing. I like getting cards that can take fours and fives because nobody wants fours and fives in this game. Threes, fours,
Mm.
and fives. So there's no real hate drafting. There's no being mean or anything like that in this game. You're kind of doing your own thing. You're just running your own little tavern, but you still interact with each other a little bit, and yeah.
Sure.
So it does break all of your long rules thing.
It does. A little bit more rules, a little bit more teach. I don't think this is a 30-minute game either. I think it plays longer.
Right. Plays longer than 30 minutes.
Mm.
Not much more. 45 maybe? 55?
Yeah, not much more. It's not an hour. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Oh,
But I
somebody
think
made
it
these
definitely
little.
has a good puzzle. It's interesting
Look
the
at
way
this.
the way it all works. I can't argue with it. I think it's a little bit more than it's a cozy plus. Can we say cozy plus?
Oh, that's interesting. Cozy Plus. I'll accept a Cozy Plus. I'll think of it as Cozy, but if you want to call it Cozy
Yeah.
Plus, I'll accept that. Oh, have you not played this? Next
It's a good one.
time we hang out and stuff, we should play this. Love it.
It's a good one.
Thank you, Di.
It's
I'm
also
getting a lot of thumbs up from Dice on my
yeah,
picks.
that's great for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say asking for troubles is cozy. I didn't put it on my list.
See, I think asking for troubles is cozy because I don't think you're not blocked out of anything. The only thing is a race to the trouble that
Mm.
you happen to have the things for, which people aren't necessarily looking at, oh, I'm going to get that because you have enough space carrots. I think it's just place your thing, get what you need. Like it seems very simple, but it does have more to teach than like you are playing this pretty quickly. You're not it's not a long teach, but like there are the locations that give you resources, there's the locations that do the other thing. It's not too much except
I
the
can
ship
teach the
upgrade.
game in 60 seconds, but most people would probably take about 5 minutes or less. You know,
Mm. No, you're not. What do you mean blocked? You're not blocked. Every space is available to you every turn.
and asking for troubles, not
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's more forward thinking in that game for me that
Yes.
takes it out of the cozy zone.
Yeah. A little bit. I mean, when the smuggler, not the smugglers, when the bounty hunters come in, there can be a little bit of
Well,
more
and it's also
thinking.
like, oh, I want to go for that card, so I need to go over there and get those. Then I need to go over there and do that, and then I can
Right.
do that kind of thing. And I have a hitchhiker, so I got to remember to do that. See, that's way too much
Yeah.
thinking for cozy for me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Cozy Plus. It got upgraded. It's Cozy Plus.
You've created now. We're gonna got to do a top 5 cozy plus episode.
Cozy. Yeah. All right, Bailey. First, Jeremy teaches games wrong. Second, if you want to go to a place that has a ship, you go to the place that has the ship and give the ship back to the player.
Oh wow! If you played
That's it.
Troubles without with blocking, then you haven't played Troubles.
Yeah, you played
Oof.
Waterdeep in space. That's all you've done.
Yeah, that'd be an awful game. Sorry about
The
that.
only the only thing you shouldn't do, unless it's late game and you really need to, is go to a location that has your ship because your ship will explode. But if
You'll
it's
lose
end
one of
game and you need the thing, then do the thing. But otherwise, if you're going to a place, yeah, right. If you're going to a place that has my ship, you go to the place and I get my ship back, which means I just have another action without having to recall my ship. That's it.
them.
That's probably why you didn't like the game so much because Jeremy taught it. He probably taught everybody wrong.
I had somebody tell me once that they didn't like the game because it took 4 hours to play, and I said, well, first of all, you've played wrong. I don't know what you were doing, but this game shouldn't play more than I don't know, 70 minutes at most. If you have 7 players, maybe it could go to 90 and it's your first time or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they were like, oh yeah, it was like 4 players and it took 4 hours. I was like, okay, well, you did something wrong. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to investigate it. But go read the rules again or something.
Poor Jeremy.
Yeah, in space. But yeah, Taverns of Teethethal, my number one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So now the question is, oops, that's the wrong button. So now the question is, what did you have on your other list? Did you have any honorable mentions?
I did. I had a couple that we didn't talk about. So one of the ones that I thought about, and then the hate drafting in it can just really be a thing is Sagrada. I think Sagrada is it's easy to play, but again, like it's easy to learn, easy to get. Like this is what you're doing on your turn. You have your restrictions. Awesome. No colors orthogonally adjacent. No numbers orthogonally adjacent. Great. But then you have your public objectives and your private objective. Like your private thing is one thing. Your public objective is another thing. So you're always like, wait, are we scoring colors or are we scoring numbers? Okay, fine. Then you have your tools that you got to do. That you pay for, and the tools all break the rule. I think the game wants to be cozy. I don't even know
Mhm.
if it would be a cozy plus, but I think it's got some elements of what would be cozy because you're working on your window. You have the dice pool, but the hate drafting is a real thing.
Yeah,
I
I
would
got it on
also
my list as honorable mention as well.
I agree with Eric. At most points it does not feel cozy,
Yeah.
but it wants to be. And another one that comes across, hey Alan, the other one that comes from at least on my list that definitely is not that I really wanted it to be cozy was Boop. Boop
Hmm.
looks like it's a very cozy game, but it is a brain burner. Trying to figure out how to get the 3 in a row and upgrading your kitten to a cat, it's it's got a lot more meat to that game than the box presents. Um,
I've
those are
never
the
played
two.
Boop.
Those are the two. I told you the story about Scott and Evan from Van Ryder, right? I
mean,
walk
I've
up.
heard some stories about Evan from Ben. No,
So yeah, serious. So I walk up on
all from
Scott.
Evan.
So Scott's the designer of Boop. Evan is from Van Ryder, and it's a 2-player game, and they're playing heads up. And I'm walking up, and Scott sees me out of the corner of his eye, and he just gives me like a little nod thing. And I'm looking. They're near end of game, and I'm looking at Evan, and Evan is all but sweating. Like he is into the. He's like hand on the head, like trying to figure out where to put the cat, how to do the thing. And Scott just looked and kind of like winked, and Evan did a thing, and then Scott won the game, and Evan lost his shit. Like it was 2 players. Obviously, you're playing the designer of the game, fine, but it was like no sweat at all. Like he was playing a cozy game. Evan was one step away from jumping off the balcony. Like it was just two opposite stories of that game, and it looks really like it comes with that little puffy quilt that you put on top, and you're just putting cats on the bed. But man, it is not at all.
Hmm.
But more along the lines of what was cozy, I had Noctiluca, which I've talked about a lot, the Shem
Mm-hmm.
Phillips game from Z-Man. I think
Mm-hmm.
it can be extremely AP inducing, where you're trying to figure out your best spot by putting it down, getting the most dice you can. But then if you can't use them all, you're giving them out to other people anyway. But I really like that one. It's always a good time. Life in Reterra, the newer one by Eric
Oh,
and Ken Gruhl.
I
I
wouldn't
think
have thought that
that's
is cozy. No.
just there's tiles. You grab a tile, you put them out in your 4x4, try and make everything work.
Yeah, again, the puzzle is a bit deeper
Yep.
for me. Yeah, but I
Yep.
don't know what Kohaku is.
Kohaku. Which
I
one's
haven't played that one.
I don't know if I know that one.
So that's why it's not on the list.
Noctiluca is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like this game too. I just want to thought of it as cozy.
Yeah, Life in Reterra
This
is
is
another one. River Valley
Post-apocalyptic.
Glassworks.
It does not fit your cute kind of.
I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, but not really. Kohaku. Oh, the 25th century one with the nice acrylic tiles. Yeah, I haven't played that one. I don't know that one.
Oh, there is some meanness that you can play with. You don't have to play with those sides though.
Depending, yeah. But you can also do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I know that one. It is pretty. I haven't played that one. River Valley Glassworks, I think, almost defines what a lot of people say is cozy. It's got the cute critters, very easy to learn. There's a little bit of mathing involved in which gems are tallest and how far out you go, and but I think that one's a cute one. I love Downtown Farmers Market. I think that one's another one that, again, it's another puzzle, and you're playing your thing, and you've set up your scoring, but it can be brutal, especially if you're in the position of knocking a tile out of the market that somebody wants. That one can be really bad, and I struggled to put this one on the list. I really wanted to. Cities. I don't think you played Cities.
No, but I want to.
Cities is great. I love what they do with there's 4 different things you can pull for your resources, and on your turn you can do any one that you want. But if you've already done one, you can't do it again. So do I go for that one now? Are you going to take it? Do I have some time? Should I go for the other thing that looks like it? No, I should go for this one now. And then once you end, you're setting yourself up for end game bonuses, end game scoring, because that's one of the resources you can get. So it's really, I really like Cities, but those are just ones that I had on my list that I didn't talk about. What about you?
Well, like I said, I had Sagrado on there. I have one that I know most people would like fight against, especially my brother who hates this game. Is Tiny Towns.
Oh, that can be so brutal.
But see, that's the thing. I'm not paying attention to what anybody else is doing. I'm not trying to trip people up. I'm just trying to do my thing. And if someone goes, oh, it's clay, and you go, all right, take a clay. I have nowhere to put this, so I'll put it over here. It's just I just know I'm not going to, I accept at the beginning. I'm not going to get all the things done. I'm not going to get everything I want. So yeah, I'll get some stuff, figure it out. It's just like, kind of like in the moment, you're presented with a thing to do,
Yeah.
figure out what to do, and then move on with your life. Kind of cozy for me. But I totally get, like, my brother just goes like, I hate that. He screamed out, I hate this game, like in the middle of it, right after I said, another gray cube, and everyone, no, like that kind of thing. Because I'm not paying attention to what other people want, nor do I care what you want. I'm doing my own cozy thing.
Yeah, and then you make whatever you're given happen, right? Whatever you're given, that's what you're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, just deal with whatever comes. And it's same thing with the dice rolling kind of thing. It's just, whatever comes my way.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that one would probably not be considered one. One of your favorites, point salad.
God.
Point salad's nice and easy, cozy. You can teach it in less than a minute. I don't know why you dislike it. I think it's a nice, cozy little quick game. Now, some people can take stuff that you want. Like if you get a score to score onion, right? And people start taking onion, but I just think, oh, well, I'll just grab another thing to score. And you can even flip that one and, take it for whatever it was. So, you guys don't play tournament calling out the resource rather than a deck? The deck.
What deck? You call out the resource.
Yeah. You call out, everybody is getting the brick resource or whatever the colors are. I don't remember what the colors are, and everybody gets it.
That is worth pointing out. Last year at QsCon, Pete McPherson, the designer of Tiny Towns, came to QsCon and had a Beat the Designer event where everybody played against Pete, and Bailey won.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Got a trophy too, didn't you, Bailey? Didn't you have a trophy you gave out?
People convince you not to sell Tiny Town today? Well, that's good. It's a nice, cozy.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I enjoy that game, but it can be fucking brutal when you're not getting the color that you need and you have to play something on your board.
Lost Cities?
You give me the board game, I'm with you. You give me the card game, no.
I haven't played the board game.
Board game's better.
The card game is a little bit stressful because you're like, oh god, I gotta get this one thing. That's why I didn't make it on the list. But it's a real. It covers the tight, quick game, quick to learn, get into kind of thing. But I also did Dixit, and that's kind of on the party side, which is why I didn't put it on the list. In fact, there were a lot of party games that could have been considered cozy, but that's party, and I think those have to be two different things in my mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I left Dixit off of there, but it does feel like I don't care if I win kind of game. So that's why it popped up into my head.
Okay.
There's a lot of party games where you really want to win, especially if it's something like, Secret Hitler or what's the one, Spyfall and stuff like that. You're like, you want to win. You feel your heart beating hard and stuff like that. You get it. But this is Dixit's one where like, yeah, put out a clue. That's funny. I don't care where that rabbit is on the scoreboard at any time. I'm still playing all the way through. So it's kind of there for me. It's on the edge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Di and I are.
Yeah. Yep.
Stressful for you. I think that just comes down to if you care about getting it right or not. And I don't.
Shannon, I want to know what happened here with Lost City, the board game.
Yeah, I've never played a board game, so I don't know how that works. I've been so happy with the card game that for years that I don't really need a reason to reach out and try it. But if someone who were like, hey, let's try it, like if you were like, hey, here it is, let's play it, I'd play it. Sure.
I do very much enjoy the board game.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in a minority on Dixit, though. I'm actually very tired of it. My group loves the game so much that we played it so many times. I was just like, I stopped bringing it. We were like, why don't you bring Dixit anymore? I was like, because we played it so many times. And I have way too many games to be playing that game that many times. But it's still a good game. But yeah.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Like it can be very brutal. But I mean, that's kind of what I remember from the card game too, because you still got to play your cards and you still got to play them. It's the same thing. Um, yeah, it can be hard.
And you played the card version, right? You still like the board game version better?
Yeah, it does the same thing that the card version does, where you're playing your cards in succession. You can play equal to or higher of the colors, and you're still doing the same thing. But then what it does in
Equal to or
addition,
higher?
equal to or higher.
There's no equal to in the card game, though.
All right, the board game is equal to or
Oh,
higher.
okay. Okay. So
And
that is the
then
difference. Okay.
when you play a card, you put and there's the five colors, so there's 5 tracks, and all the tracks have stepping stones that go to the relic, like the end game relic thing. When you play a card in that color, you take one of your adventurers and put it on that track. And then every card you play in succession, you move that adventurer one space more. And then you're along the way there's relics you can get or extra steps you can get. But the first 4 or 5 steps of each track is negative points. So doing it too late, if you don't have the right run or you can't get 5-6 cards out, you'll get negative points for that track. So you're balancing maybe 3-4 of the 5 tracks. It's really good.
This is. I hope Shannon writes reviews for BGG.
No kidding.
That's funny.
Wow.
Just don't write reviews for any of my games, please.
I really enjoy that
the
one.
life out of me.
Wow.
Well, yeah. What review channel? Yeah, I would watch that review channel. I may be mean, but I'd watch it anyway. I went to turn off the banner here and I almost ended the show. So the buttons shouldn't be close to each other. I'm just saying. All the buttons are right there in the top right.
The end stream is there. The banners is nowhere near the end stream.
It's all at the top right. It's over there. All the buttons are over there. Except for the button to leave, which is down at the bottom, and sometimes I almost hit that too.
Right, sure.
So before I hit the wrong button and everything. Yeah, so we're going to be traveling off to Gen Con tomorrow. Have a safe travels, everybody who's going to Gen Con. Planes, trains, automobiles.
Yeah, how are you getting there?
Walking.
I think Sam said he was going to walk or hitchhike because his plane was delayed.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily I don't have any connected flights because those are the ones that seem to cancel more than anything. I don't know why. At least for me, it is.
Yeah.
And that's the worst too, because then you have to worry about the second flight, right? But yeah. But yeah, everybody who's going have a fun time. If you're part of Gen Can't, hope you get some friends together and play. I haven't been to Gen Con since 22, I think was the last time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel your pain on that. I always try to get like games going, even if it's just me and like a couple people or something. Just take on the weekend, turn off Facebook so that I don't see all the Gen Con stuff and enjoy my own little convention. It's the best way to do it. So yeah, I get it, but play some games, man. Have your own weekend.
Or live vicariously through those that are there and see if you can get somebody to mule you back some stuff.
Or shop around your cool pinball prototype. I still think about that prototype that I saw of Evans. I want to play it again. I hope someone should pick up that game. I know it's expensive to make, but I could see it on GameFam. That'd be a good game.
We looked into manufacturing costs. I think we're still waiting on an upgrade or a change in something. But
you could probably do it in punch board. I mean, like layered punch board or something, right?
Yeah, we thought about that, but the pinball mechanism, that tension could wear over time. So
that's true. That's true. Put it in a plastic box. Then cover. Anyway.
Sure.
If you get a chance to ever play one of Evan's prototypes, ask him for the pinball one. It takes a while to set up, I'm sure, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
No, it's not actually. It doesn't take long at all. Well, you got the board, you got some stuff to do, but the
Yeah.
pinball aspect of it, yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. There you go. You're starting to get orders now.
I'm not. I'm not getting orders. I'm lucky I can get all my own
The
shit.
Heroes Out cards? I don't know what that is.
Keep the Heroes Out as a game.
Well, I assumed. I just don't know the game.
I don't know the cards. If I see them there, I'll see what I can do. That's who is that? Bruel, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you are going, come by and see us again. I'll be in the exhibit hall, and he'll be at booth 639.
Very good, Chris.
Ooh.
Well done.
Well, I gotta hunt you down during the whole thing. So
you're gonna have to come.
I'm sure I'm gonna show up every time you leave to go buy your $1,300 worth of games.
I'm not. There's no way. That's way too. I mean, that list is all the stuff that popped in based on our 2 shows. Those are the games I was interested in. That is way too much. I did really good 2 years ago. I did the Gen Con list of everything that I pulled in, and Dave said that I wouldn't play more than 3 of them, and I played all but 3 of them. Like, I did really well 2 years ago. Last year, not so much.
Yeah, we didn't look at that list this time, did we?
We did not do that list, no. A lot of those things have gone either mine have been unplayed and I played somebody else's, or I just haven't played the game.
Well, playing someone else's counts.
Sure. But we'll do it like what I pull this year, we'll do it again.
Nice.
And see. But I'm not going crazy this year. It's just there's good games that are out there that pique my interest, but there's not games that I need. There's 5 that I think I need to come home with, and that's it. So also that might speak a little bit to Gen Con this year being a little weird, right? With maybe smaller card games coming out, not bigger things. Or like there were only 2 games on my list that were $60 price tags. Everything else was under. And a lot were like $30, $40.
And it still totaled up to $1,300?
64 games, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's also weird. You know how it is. Like, it's cool that you're going to Gen Con, but you're in the booth all day. By the time the booth is done, you go and get dinner and refresh, and then you're just exhausted. It's not like it doesn't have the Origins feel. It doesn't have the PAX feel where you feel like you can hang out afterwards and play. It's chaos. It really is.
True.
And you're exhausted.
When you're working it's exhausting. That's true. Yeah. But it's a good exhaustion.
It is, but the hall is so fucking packed that it's not fun to even go to the restroom. Like the big bag, I know they're doing something this year with the bags and the check-in and whatever, so hopefully that'll change things. But it is so crowded down those aisles. They're like, oh, I just want to go check out this booth. It's going to take you a half hour to go 5 aisles and back. Yeah. Like it's just exhausting being there with the amount of people. It's super fun and I love it. And you do it, most people do it because they love it. Like, but it's chaos at its max. And I've never been to Essen. I can imagine that's 180, 200,000 people, huge airplane hangar size places. Like it's just, but this one's it is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we like we said, we won't be here next week because I'll be traveling and all that stuff. I'm ruining it for everybody. But in 2 weeks, we'll be back, and Helena will be with us, and we'll be talking about our favorite games from the Spiel.
Yep.
And past Spiel and all that stuff.
Past Spiels. Yeah. The Kenner, the Kinder, and the big dance. It'll be fun.
Right. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody. Safe travels to you.
Safe trip. See you guys soon.
Bye.